we can't we can't really do the news without sort of bringing up that Vince McMahon is now gone. He's been ousted from his own company at 76, 77. Suppose what Vince McMahon meant to you throughout your career. Did you develop any real relationship with him over the years? You were there 10 years.
Yeah, no, it was just a business relationship. For me, he was the owner of the company. I was providing, him a service of entertainment that he needs people to go out there and entertain. And that's what I did for a long, long time. So we had a business deal together for 10 years. But other than that, it was, I admire Vince. I admire Vince because, to me, I'm a huge fan of the free market. I'm a huge fan of human beings creating things that make other human beings' lives better. And I think Vince, to me, that's the epitome of what it means to, I guess, nostalgically, you could say that's the epitome of what it means to be American. But to me, ultimately, it's what it really means to be a productive, useful human being with our time that we're granted on this planet, this rock flying through space. And Vince, he was a machine. He was a creative machine. He set goals. And one thing I really loved about, and I learned a lot from Vince, was watching him set goals. And he didn't let anything distract him in his drive to achieve those goals. And I saw distractions being thrown at him left, right, and center. And he would take those distractions and turn them into something that was creative, that created value in our world, and gave the fans what they wanted, needed, and desired. And that was to be entertained. You take a look at are you familiar with the lawsuit between World Wrestling Federation and the World Wildlife Fund?
Absolutely, I am, yeah.
Over the initials. Now, I thought, I grew up with WWF. So when they lost that court case, in my mind, this is the power of human conditioning for human minds. When they lost that court case and they dropped that F and they put the E, I was like, okay, this is the end of professional wrestling. You can't have, it doesn't sound right. World Wrestling Entertainment. It sounds right now because I've been indoctrinated with WWE now. But prior to that, it's World Wrestling Federation. World Wrestling Entertainment doesn't sound right. And that's the power of indoctrination in human minds. But when I saw Vince lose that case, and I was like, oh, man, that sucks, because now how do you call World Wrestling Federation World Wrestling Entertainment? That just doesn't make any sense. And then the very next TV, I come to work, and Vince already has T-shirts made up that says, "Get the F out." It was genius. He literally turned a loss in a lawsuit to cash. And that's value being created, because now the fans go out and they want that shirt. You know what I mean? So when I saw him take negative things that were thrown into his path and just turn that ball of negativity into something that's going to create real value for fans, that's genius to me. And that's admirable. I admired that skill and that idea that, yeah, that's a negative ball being thrown in my court, but watch me turn that negative ball into real value. And in this case, that value turns into cashola, scratch. And I don't know. I admire that because let's face it, a lot of normal people would take a negative ball like that thrown at them, and it's like it hits them right in the solar plexus, and they just keel over. Oh, that one hurt. I don't know what I'm going to do. Vince didn't even think about it. Boom, make a T-shirt, get the F out. But it was to me, that's admirable. That's such a tremendous trait for a human being to have, that you learn from it and you try to adapt that into your own life. And when you're setting your own goals, whenever something's negative being thrown into my path as I'm trying to achieve those goals, I always remember Vince taking that negative ball of, you just lost this lawsuit, and turning it into cashola. And so, yeah, I always admired him. But other than learning from him and just doing business with him, I never hung out with him. I never went out and drank or anything like that with him or anything, other than just at work. We talked storylines. We go over a couple of different things we were going to do for long-term storylines. other than that, that was the end of our relationship at that point. It was just strictly business.